Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well today. Your reading today is going to be new love and how will you connect. So what I'm looking at is like a new relationship or new love coming into your life and basically the connection. And I know you know what you feel, but what the other person feels, although that shouldn't make any difference, but it's just interesting to look at. Before we start, can I just say, Christina, I've sent your reading to you about 3 or 4 days ago. So if you can check your spam or your junk mail, it's probably sitting in there. And Nikita, you won the free reading on the Astrology and Tarot reading competition. I did contact you by email as well, but I probably thought I was harassing you. So you have actually won. So if you want to get in contact for your free reading. And the lady, or I think it was a lady, who actually in the comments section put a few suggestions out, about 3 or 4. I can't find them anywhere. I didn't write them down as they came through and I wish I had. So if you want to resend them, please do. And I'll start with a few of those. So today we've got pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3 for new love and how you will connect. Right then, let's go with this pile number 1. They're coming across initially the person who has an interest in you or you're in a relationship with or about to be in a relationship with as the 3 of Swords and Mercury. So that makes me feel that somebody whose mental processes are a bit beaten at the moment, somebody who may have just been through a relationship or lost their job. Doesn't have to be a relationship, but just somebody who is struggling with their mental processes, or it doesn't have to just be mental processes here. Mercury could be somebody who actually has difficulty speaking, like Tourette's or a stutter, or gets quite nervous, and that causes them a lot of anxiety. There's some pain, and it's got to do with communication here. Just keep going. I'm going to keep that there, and I will come back and refer to it as I go through. You're coming up also in a bit of trauma as well, unfortunately. The Tower card here is the birds who have their house. Can you see these? Yep. The tree house is on fire and they've lost their home, they've lost their grounding, they've lost who they are, and everything has been basically thrown up in the air. So it makes me feel like you two have met when you're actually both going through some sort of trauma. Your trauma could be to do with finances or self-worth or your looks. It has a feeling of somebody who has met in counselling, or just 2 people going through a hard time in their lives and have connected, probably something to do with the fact that you share those hard times. It just changes, it comes down here. The 12th house makes me think of secrets, things below the surface, or it could be anything. The 12th house, it could be that you met in a hospital, it could be that you met in a school, it could be just some big establishment where you both work, or you both were visiting or just passing through and you've met, and there's some sort of recognition of some life process that you're both going through that's quite difficult. Yours feels more about your looks or your finances or love relationships. Theirs just their mental processes or the way that they speak or the way that they communicate. Really bizarre and very particular. I don't know. I will come back to this as I might glean some more as I go through. Your first meeting is beautiful. You have got the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. So it's almost, to me, and it's not even almost actually, it's like love at first sight. It's a real feeling of a connection that feels natural and feels like a real strong, easy emotional connection. It's like a recognition of each other. It's one of those sort of circumstances where it almost takes the wind out of you. It's like a deja vu feeling when you just recognise somebody, but it's not that nerve. I saw a quote the other day, the one that you fall in love with, that is your real soulmate. It wasn't soulmate, that wasn't the word that was used. It's probably a very famous quote. Is the one that you don't get nervous in front of. I can't ever imagine that. But this makes me think of two people that have met each other, and it's easy and it's natural and you can feel it straight away, and you're thinking, good heavens, what is that? But without the nerves. And it wouldn't surprise me if there is some trauma between not between the pair of you, but separate, and then you meet. It's almost as if you're not going to be like a giddy teenager because your life is going through some flux at the moment, and it does knock your socks off. It stops the giggles, it stops the childlike behaviour, doesn't it, when you go through hard times. So it just makes me think of two people having a dip in life, which is like trudging, and then meeting each other and it feeling comforting and just right. There's a connection there that's easy. Physically, I think this is a difficult one for physically, because I'm looking for how they see you physically, but all I can see in this is them that on your first visitation, it makes you sound like ectoplasm, doesn't it? Or you're visiting in some sort of, I don't know, spectre outfit. I think they see you in a group of people, and there's some connection there that's emotional. Again, you've got the 10 of Cups, you've got the 5 of Wands, which makes me think of a group of people. The 3 of Wands makes me think that they saw you from a distance first before you saw them. So there's some sort of recognition, there's some sort of feeling of deja vu. I know that person. Do I know them? They possibly could have come up to you and said, oh, hi, I know you, I've seen you somewhere before. And you're like, no, we haven't. That type of recognition, that feeling of comfort and ease and knowing and being easy to talk to. There's no nerves here at all. Right, let's keep going a bit further. There's something that you two share. You have got the 6 of Pentacles, and with the fact that you've both come out, 3 of Swords for him or her, and the Mercury over there, and then you've got the Tower and Venus. There's something you are both going through that you share, and it's possibly secret, or it's something that is actually digging into who you think you are or who you think you were, but it's very sort of subliminal in some way. It could be just a life, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I can't explain it very well. Do you know, it could even be that you're in relationships, and that's maybe what the secrecy is, because there's a huge connection here, and then there's like heartache, heartbreak. It's like meeting somebody you may not be able to be with. And that's where the secretive 12th house might come in. They've spotted you, or you've spotted each other in a crowd. There's been like an instant ease and recognition of each other. And the 6 of Pentacles is that you both share the same situation. I think that feels to me with the 12th house here, and you're both in a similar situation from what I see up here. The 6 of Pentacles makes me think that you both are some equality. I know this card isn't equality, but it's something like give and take, weighing up, and it's got something to do with these cards here, I feel. It does make me think that there's been a recognition, but there's something either difficult in your past that makes it hard for you to get together, like you're healing, or there's some trauma or a past relationship trauma. Especially I get the feeling here with the other person, you feel as if you're still going through yours. So yours could be a relationship that's actually falling to pieces with the Venus here in the Tower. And then there's this like feeling of give and take and understanding. The Knight of Pentacles brings it all down to earth. It makes me feel that you meet each other and you can discuss very easily the positions that you are both in life. But there's some 12th house secretive bit here. Could even be the 12th house, Mercury and the 3 of Swords. I wonder whether your person may suffer from emotional or mental trauma in some way. 12th house and Mercury. Somebody whose mind processes aren't working the way that they should do to get the best out of their life. And the 8 of Cups could be you again. It could be turning your way from a situation that you don't think has worked for you. I can tell you what I'm thinking here, but I'm getting quite scared to narrow it down. But this is what it's feeling like to me. So it may apply to some and not others. almost a recognition of you going through a relationship that you're still in that has ended in your mind. You seeing this person, possibly the recognition in each other that the connection between you is stronger than past partners, who you may or may not be with. And then this instant recognition, this ease actually being quite painful. And it's almost like a secret between the pair of you. And you're thinking, am I imagining it? Am I not imagining it? Is it really there? There's a connection, there's a give and take. And then it becomes quite grounded. And then you both know how you feel. And this Eight of Cups makes me think that in order for this relationship to go forward, with this pain up here, that you have to move away from some situation or some relationship. One of you has to, possibly you with the Venus and the Tower here, that you feel, you know, you've outgrown. I don't know. This is what I'm picking up. Quite a strong feeling. It feels beautiful, but almost quite painful to me. Which I suppose it is with these cards here. Okay, emotionally, this is a real emotional pile. It makes me feel like that recognition that I just talked about, that recognition, that ease with regards to how you both get on. It's like you've got the Fool here. The Fool here is a Uranus card. It's the shock value card where you just want to jump off the side of a cliff, restart, let go of your baggage, let go of your trauma, let go of anything you've been through mentally or physically, how you feel about yourself, how you think you fit into life. And it's a new beginning. It's a new start. It's electric and it's exciting. The Page of Wands again here with regards to emotions is a new beginning, which actually is a functioning new beginning. It actually starts moving rather than just in your head. The Chariot once again is a really strong card of moving forward, pulling together these opposing factors, maybe in your head, maybe to do with your life, and moving forward. It's a recognition here, a recognition and a real sort of, it's a shock value. And if this isn't you, because this is a really strong power, you need to go on to a different one. This is like a bit of a trauma feeling and knowing where you want to move forward now and almost having to leave things behind that are quite painful. So this is quite a specific pile here, so it may not apply, but because this is emotionally is really strong. This is a real emotional pile, new beginnings, recognizing it and almost painfully moving forward because you can't think of anything else that you could possibly do. The feelings are so strong, it's like you only have one choice. You know you've got two, but really you haven't. This makes me think sexually that there hasn't been any sexual contact. You've got the Page of Swords, is the man on the hill looking down at the valley and thinking. You've got the Five of Pentacles, which goes very much hand in hand with the Three of Swords and the Tower of feeling incomplete in yourselves at the moment, both of you. It's almost like you feel incomplete, and then you feel that by being with this Two of Cups and this Ace of Cups here, that pulling yourself into a situation, a relationship, actually makes you feel complete. And of course it doesn't, but we both, we all learn from the people that we're with, and then we actually do feel more complete because we take on their characteristics, we take on the way that they think, if we admire them, and it makes us feel like it makes us feel more whole. And then the Two of Wands, again, distance, somebody who is wishing but thinking about it still. So this to me doesn't feel like there's been sexual contact yet. It feels like it's mainly an emotional pile and a recognizing each other and a real strong need to move forward, but not yet a sexual pile. To me it doesn't feel like the sexual contact here at all, because I think there's too much going on as yet. Of course it's like new love. Oh my God. Right, okay, and how this relationship has progressed from this meeting is a real feeling of overfeeling, overthinking, and almost like an obsessive feel, because these feelings here are really strong. There's no way you can meet somebody, feel the Ace of Cups, feel the Two of Cups, feel that connection, feel that ease, going through this trauma without it meaning quite a lot to you, because you're probably looking at each other to bring yourself out of the trauma. There's tears here, the Queen of Swords, the impressions now. So there's still pain in this pile. I don't even know why. And justice, as you both think that the other person is going to bring balance into your life, which we said earlier with these traumatic cards up here. I know this is really specific, but there's no other way I can read it, to be honest. Pain, ego death, pain, recognition, connection, emotional connection is the strongest here, not physical, emotional connection. There's an ease, and it's like when you meet somebody who you perhaps were really good friends when you were kids, when you were like in your teens, and you haven't spoken for years, and then you get together, and you remember that ease of contact, and you start talking straight away, and it just feels good. It's that type of feeling. And then I think you've pulled away a bit, gone your separate ways possibly, and then that's when it really starts rumbling. But I do get a very strong feeling in this pile that you both feel as if you're going to make your lives easier by being together. It's like a recognition of somebody you can't be with, possibly because of life circumstances or relationships, or you're just not both in the right mental place to be in a relationship, or one of you might not be in the right mental place. Maybe this person, you could be in a relationship. And there's some secrets here, or there's something to do with meeting in if it's not secrets, the 12th house just makes me think of meeting in a hospital or it's ridiculous, a hospital or a prison. And I have to say it because sometimes people text back and say, I did actually meet them in a prison. Okay. A hospital or a prison or a large establishment, or something where the relationship can't actually be voiced, or you can't actually tell everybody else what's going on. A really, really strong emotional connection. And then you've sort of moved away from each other, maybe slightly. I'm not saying you moved away and the relationship ended. It's just that it's left with thinking that the other person is going to make you complete, or the relationship will make you complete, because of a really, really strong connection. And with the Fool card here, and the Page of Wands and the Chariot, there's a real need to see this. If this Devil card here was obsession, what you would be obsessing about would be that you actually don't think you're going to meet somebody who you feel is connected with again. It's like the Dirty Dancing one where did she blurt that out to him? I can't remember. I haven't watched it for quite a while. When she says, I'm really afraid I'll never meet anybody who I feel is connected with you again. It's that feeling. And then a really strong need to make the relationship happen in everyday life. These are like new, really strong, really strong new beginnings. Still pain. And make that person bringing balance. You feel this person's going to bring balance into your life. I wonder whether you feel like something's been taken away from you in your life, and the person feels the same. And there's like a healing quality of this person coming into your life and making you feel complete. And of course, nobody makes you feel complete but yourself. But we do have people that come into our lives, and we learn from them. We admire qualities in them, and we actually become those qualities because we rub off on each other. And that's the reason we're meant to meet, I'm sure. Okay, pile number 1. I'm going to leave that there. That's a really specific pile. If that doesn't feel right, I'm really sorry, but that is a strong, strong emotional pile. And you'll know whether it's you because there were these cards here. There's no mistaking these cards here. It's somebody who's going through some sort of trauma, or a recognition that the relationship can't actually move forward. I mean, you had these to begin with in your first meeting. So these cards here with regards to your first meeting, on the 12th house is secrets, and then this trauma here, which does speak of trauma, possibly could be somebody you've fallen for that you can't be together. couple of thornbirds going on there or something. Not the age difference, maybe an age difference, but not that age difference. That type of feeling, a relationship that can't move forward because either you're with somebody or they, I don't know. You're going to have to let me know. Right, pile number 1. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that makes sense to you in some way and helps you in some way. And I hope to see you again. Bye. Hi there, pile number 2. Let's have a look. New love and how will you connect? Right, this pile has a more playful feel than the last pile. The last pile was really strong emotionally. So if you have fallen for somebody and it really is extremely emotional and very intense and you can't be together, go to pile 1. Go to pile 1. Right, pile number 2. Your person's coming across as the 9 of Cups and Eros. So to me, this speaks of somebody who is very attractive and who people basically, almost like a fridge magnet, you just walk past them and you just, I don't know why I'm saying that. Like a fridge magnet. I know what I'm thinking. This friend of mine said that one of the nurses that she worked with had magnets in her pants because something to do with, I don't know, painful periods or something, and I kept thinking, my God, when she passes a fridge, she just like stick to it. So anyway, the 9 of Cups is somebody, the fish are just drawn into this person's mouth. They don't even have to go fishing for them. Eros here is somebody, if you've got Eros on your ascendant, somebody who loves falling in love. Anybody that you meet is basically a potential partner. You just have that smile on your face, that giddy kipper look about you, and there's a skip in the way that you walk. So this person is somebody who's very attractive and people just can't help being drawn to. So that's how you'll recognise them if you don't know them already. Somebody, I'm guessing, who has Venus extremely strong in their chart, possibly on a south node. Somebody who knows that they're attractive, doesn't and enjoys it, really. They just enjoy falling in love. A 5th house feel, a Leo feel, just that falling in love, life being exciting, I'm really sexy, look at me, that type of feeling. So very attractive. Whoever's coming your way, if you know them already, that is them. Right, you're coming across as being, seen it all before, done it all before, I can see you, yes, I'm being very grounded, you can't fluff my feathers. You can see the pattern in this type of person, the relationship, but 8th house here, there's a real pull anyway, there's a real sort of sexual pull from you. You seem to be very grounded and this person seems funny. You seem as if it makes me think that this person tries to make you laugh and you give them that face. It's that type of thing. You know, the type of face when your dad's watching football on TV and you're trying to be really funny just to get his attention, and that's the face that you get. That makes me think that you are like, okay, well, you know, you can try, do what you want, but I'm not going to smile. I think you're playing hard to get in some ways because the Palace card here, Palace fascinates me. I keep thinking I'm going to do a video on this or do something to do with astrology about Palace and dreams. To me, if you look at Palace, go around your chart, and when it sits on other planets and you can time your dreams, they're really, you know, the ones that you can't get out of your head for a whole day, with Palace will be stuck on whatever planet, and it will depend on you, excuse me, I'm not saying this very clearly, whatever dream you have will be signified by the planet that it's stuck on, if you know what I mean. So this is you can see the pattern, you've seen this character before. It may be somebody that you are drawn to or you've been in a past relationship with before, as in, you know, that feeling of that man or that woman and you're like, okay, yeah, go and press me, that type of look. The connection between the pair of you is 8th house. So to me, with this Tower card here and this Judgment card here, is very 8th house. So that's very, makes me think of, well, it's Pluto, it's sexual, it's intense, it's possessive possibly. A Pluto contact, like a Pluto-Venus contact, is somebody you fall for head over heels and you can't breathe. It's that shaky feeling when you're standing next to them, and it could be slight power play as well. It could be one thinking that You know, if one looks slightly flustered when you're together, you go think, yeah, they fancy me, that type of feeling. And then but it always goes back and forward. You know, Pluto doesn't really have any power whatsoever. They just like to think that they have, because the power is having no Pluto, if you know what I mean. It's that you feel powerful when you don't actually have to be with somebody. You just do it because it just is right. Pluto needs something from somebody, which is, you know, really exciting. But, you know, that's life, isn't it? Okay, so first meeting with you two has got something to do with intensity. You've got the Tower, you've got Judgment. It's like a karmic field, and there's an intensity there, and it almost stops you dead. It stops it, well, actually no, this won't stop this person dead. This person will be playing up to it, because there's a real fifth house fun feeling. This person is like, I've been waiting for this. This is what I spend my whole life waiting for. I'm really going to start showing it off. And you're like, oh yeah, I do like them. I can see they're attractive. You know, I'm really pulled towards this person, but I'm not going to lose my cool. And I think this person is the type of person that will come over to you and make the first advance or the first move towards you. But there's a real strong 8th house, Tower and Judgment, a real strong sexual connection here. It's the type of person you stand next to and you think, God, I haven't felt like that for a long time. Where did that come from? That's been so hidden for such a long time. That type of feeling. And the 7 of Cups here makes me think of wish fulfillment. Yeah, it's that feeling that you haven't felt like that for a long time. No, it's not so much wish fulfillment. 7 of Cups is choice, it's illusions, it's Neptune. The Tower. See, these are really direct, really obvious, and then this is a bit flouncy. I can see your person feeling the 7 of Cups, but I can't see you. Let me just leave that there for the moment. 8 of Because these two are so 8th house, and if this is your first meeting, your first impressions, it's absolutely huge. But the 7 of Cups, the only thing I'm thinking of at the moment, with you and this pattern card here and the 6 of Pentacles feeling very measured, is whether you have actually met this person before, or you just recognise them, and then it's almost like you're still wondering, because this person isn't wondering, this person's invested straight away, and you've got really pulled back energy here. So the 7 of Cups could possibly be with choices, and it's still it's emotional. So I wonder whether you are actually more reticent in this relationship, and especially the first meeting, than they are. There's got to be a connection here, the Tower and Judgment. I'm going to leave that by you, because that feels more like your energy, because you're watching, you're understanding, and you're holding back. Your person is playing up to you and showing off to me. Physically, I wonder whether this person is your physical ideal. It makes me think of somebody whose body really grabs you. The 6 of Wands is victory. The 2 of Pentacles, again, makes me think playful. The 10 of Cups is like emotional fulfillment. So physically, this is somebody who is probably got a familiar feel about them. May remind them of somebody that they've been with before, or a past partnership, or you just have that very sort of, it's going to sound really insulting, but you both recognise something in each other. I can't know how to say this without being insulting. You look fertile. That's what I'm trying to say. You look like your hormones are on point. They're all pumping off at the exact right time. So that's got that feeling. And even if you haven't got any hormones, you're looking good for your age. It's that feeling. Because that's got to be positive, the 10 of Cups. And it's got that family feel. It's got that sort of, having children feel. So I'm thinking hormones, fertility. And when you just automatically recognise that in somebody when they just look good. They just look fertile. There's playfulness, and there's feeling of finding something that floats your boat with the 6 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles. This person feels really, really playful. this feels like how they see you. So the Six of Wands is a recognition of your, I'm thinking figure, I'm not even thinking face. You didn't really have that face, did you? I'm thinking figure. And I'm thinking there's something to do with fertility, with recognition of being able to have a family with, or just looking like your hormones are kicking off at the right time that they exactly should do when you are young. And if you haven't got any hormones left, you just still look really good. Two of Pentacles, playful. This person feels like a playful physical attraction to you. This person's a bit like a puppy. It's somebody who wants to laugh and roll around with you. There's not sort of dumbing down the connection there, but there's a real sort of giddy feeling of somebody who loves falling in love. And I've said this before in an old reading of Jake Gyllenhaal, and he's an interview, and he's talking about his grandparents when they met. And he starts chatting about how his granddad relayed his first kiss with his grandma, and it's so lovely. He's there talking about it, and he goes, as if he's just ate something really nice. So this is your person, somebody who admires you and has felt like they've struck gold with regards to finding you. And I still think you're being a little bit stoic with them. You're all like, yeah, and I've seen the pattern, I'm still making my mind up, but really deep down, you know you're not. You know that the feelings are there. This person's just like, I want to play with you. I just want to play with you. That type of feeling. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I think your person's been doing a little bit of mental sparring with you on your first meeting. There's got to be something here to do with the way that you've talked has been a little bit jarring, or they're just quipping, or they've got that playful bit. And yeah, you're coming across as very Virgo, very grounded, very earthy. Yeah, seen it all before, done it all before. This person is coming across as, I would say, quite Gemini. They've got a silly edge, very lovely silly edge, and they're playing with you because they want to get closer, not because they want to play with you. And there's this excitement in them, but there's real genuine feelings there, and that's how they connect. They connect through playfulness. And you've recognised them, but you're like, don't play with me unless you're on a serious, a real sort of earthy response. Don't play with me unless you've made a decision. I can feel it too, but I'm not going to give you anything until you've calmed down type of feeling. And this quite fancy your person. And this person here is coming in all skippity-doo-dah, really strong emotions, but playing, and they think it's exciting, and you're like, just hold on to your horses a minute. Okay. Right, physically, what did we say physically? Them, are you looking fertile? You looking fertile, them wanting to play, them thinking you're the physical ideal, and then it turns to sexually as if you've tried to repress that. You've got the Strength and Hangman, so I wonder whether one of you this person is not the type of person to calm down. So this may actually talk about a circumstance where you've actually tried to calm down and not get too carried away. This could actually talk about a particular meeting. The Strength and the Hangman makes me think, with regards to the sexuality here and the pull and the attractiveness and the hormones being just where they should be, this makes me think that you've either tried to slow down with regards to how you're moving forward in this relationship, or how you possibly could move forward into the relationship. And then one of you, somebody had a reading not long ago about how they walked out on a person after spending a night together or an evening together. I didn't know the detail, but this has this feeling to it. It's like wondering whether a relationship stands after some sort of physical get-together or some sort of physical get-together when you're both... It makes me feel, and I don't know whether this is right, of you both saying, time's not right, time's not right. Probably you saying, time's not right, just slow down. I don't know whether you're younger than this person and it just doesn't feel right, or whether you're just like a slow-moving relationship. Capricorn and Virgo... I'm not so sure about Taurus, to be honest, but because Taurus is quite sexual in that way, but there's that likes things to move slowly. This person feels very Leo, very Gemini. It's just a feeling, doesn't have to be in their chart, and wants to play. And you're like, it's almost like pushing down a playful puppy all the way through this pile. And there's some sort, this person must be pushing the sexuality, I'm assuming. And it's like, no, not yet, that feeling, not yet, and then walking away. Rebuffed, slightly rebuffed in a polite way, not in a, I find you disgusting, leave me alone. It's more a case of not the right timing yet. Yes, I do find you attractive, but you're just playing with somebody. This person feels for you, but likes to play. All the way through the pile, I get this feeling. Okay, so I'm just thinking that you have been quite stony-faced with this person and you've almost batted them back. It feels like they've got to on the edge of having some sexual contact with you. And you've just like, so hold on. And all this person's left with is trying to grow the relationship, and the Seven of Pentacles here has to mirror you and slow down. The Five of Cups is, to me, goes very much hand in hand with the Eight of Cups here, of having to walk away from each other, but this person's feelings towards you are still there. The Ace of Cups here, which goes very much in hand with Eros, and the Nine of Cups. This is a really funny pile. This is what I pick up from this pile of playfulness and take your time, slow down from you. And this person's like knocking at your door, and that's not metaphorical, and it might be metaphorical with these cards here. So they're just knocking at you, trying to get towards you, and you're like, just slow down now, stop it. Just let's see how things go. I'll meet you here, I'll do that, and then they're just pushing and pushing. But this person feels like they are in love. They've got the Ace of Cups, they've got the King of Cups, and then they've tried to then mimic you and think, I can do that. It feels really sweet, childlike qualities. Somebody who's thought, I can match you, I can do this, I can do it, but it's not part of their nature. You might have choices. And I wonder whether this person coming into your life, whether you may see them as a little bit childlike. This person's it speaks up to me with these fish, and the fact that this person's mirroring you quite easily, and the fact that they're very emotionally open is like a Pisces feeling as well. It's like a Pisces Gemini, somebody who's quite mutable, quite changeable, somebody who's very playful, trying to get close to you, who's like, come on, sort yourself out. If you want to impress me, it's not doing much. And choice, maybe you've got somebody already. It's playfulness, and there's attraction there, and I wonder whether this person's attracted to you more than you're attracted to them, and they want to play. Without doubt, this person wants to play. They feel like they are in love, and you are wondering, possibly, I bet you fall in love easily. You've got to show me that you actually mean it. It's not like a player feeling. I don't even know what I mean when I say that. It's a feeling of somebody who falls in love quickly, falls in love often, and you're like, well, that can't be genuine because I don't do that. That can't be genuine feelings. You can't do that. And people do. People are just different, aren't they? But it's as if you don't trust this person because you seem to be quite earthy. Oh dear, I'm feeling really sorry for your person. They feel like they've really fallen in love and hit gold, and you're like, take your time. This person has no patience. I don't think. With Eros there, Nine of Cups. It gives me the feeling of somebody who was very much loved when they were young, loved by mummy. But really trying, very mutable, really trying hard to fit into what they think is your ideal. And you may have somebody, I don't know. Right, I'm going to finish there, pile number 2. Bless. Okay, right. Bless, look, how could you be so mean? All right, I'm going to finish there. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you again. Bye. Right, hi there, group 3. I've just been to make myself a cup of tea because I saw your cards beforehand. Let's have a look to see what we've got.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Right, pile number 3. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm going to say what I'm thinking. I'm getting the feeling with regards to this relationship, whether it's coming into fruition or whether it hasn't started or whether it's already running, I don't know. But there's a feeling of wanting to know if the other person is attracted to you, or they want to know whether you're attracted to them. So there's no cards here that speak of it not being clear. It's just a feeling I've got, and I don't even know why yet. I'll go through it, and then maybe I might be able to find out something about the meanderings of my own mind. The Knight of Wands here, get away, is your person. The Knight of Wands, a kind-hearted moose with the full moon here, makes me think of somebody who is very good in social situations because they're the type of person that goes out of their comfort zone to introduce themselves. So I don't know whether this has happened with you, that they've actually come forward with you. Somebody who's very outgoing and gives out freely and lots of people are attracted to because they've got an easy breezy nature that's also quite confident. There's a real, with the moon here, an ease of connection with people's emotions. So this person knows how to, in the best way possible, work a room. They're just very good in social situations and people are very attracted to them. So if you know this person from work, it may be somebody who says hello to you, says hello to everybody, says hello to you and has a conversation that doesn't feel awkward. There is some feeling of awkwardness here though. Okay, I think that's how you know them. That's how you will know who it is, because this person's easy and flowing and forward and outgoing with others. But I think there's been some sort of stilted conversation that you've had together, and that may have made you wonder or know whether they are interested. Sorry, that's difficult to say. You're coming across as Uranus and Death. Good heavens, it's like Uncle Fester, this is. This is somebody who, I don't know whether this is what you're going through at the moment. There's a real shock value. It almost feels with these two together like the Tower card. It's like somebody who is ready for a change and they're going to make life exciting, and they don't care what happens because you need life to start moving again. It's like an ending, and Uranus is a beginning, and it's powerful. These two cards together are very powerful. So I don't know whether in your life, whether you're going through some big transits like a Pluto transit and you're now ready for something new to happen. It's like somebody who has taken all the wallpaper off in their house and they want to do something totally fresh. The first house here, this could be anything. The first house could be that you met each other perhaps when you were doing something. You could have been standing and doing a presentation. The first house is very much pushing yourself out into the forefront in some way. I was thinking something else before I said that and I lost it. I'll tell you what it makes me feel, because I don't actually know directly what I was thinking. It makes me feel of two people that have come together through trying to forward themselves in some way, not just push themselves forward, but say if you're in college and you both had to get up and do something you're uncomfortable with, like talk in class, or whether you were actually on some sort of course or something to further yourself. The first house is just pushing yourself forward, I think. I'll keep going and I'll come back to that. This person would have found that easy. Whatever situation you've been in, your person normally finds it easy. You are in a bit of a state of shock over how you have got together, what has happened, and maybe your life processes. I don't know yet. Let me just keep going. First impressions physically. First impressions. Okay. I do think that you have seen this person and basically thought, what an easy person to love. King of Cups here, this person, and they've got the Knight of Wands here, the kind-hearted moose, is somebody who physically may be very tall, but they are a large person. The way that they touch others. No, not like, I can't say it. Not like that, but there's that feeling that they... I'm going to start again because I feel like this is a bit stilted. Your person is somebody who's outgoing, outgiving, and has a big heart and connects very easily with people. You are somebody who's either in transition in life and is very much in a mindset of you need change and you're prepared to do anything to get there. And I think that you've actually come together where one of you or both of you are putting yourself on the line or moving forward or presenting yourself in some way. Your first meeting, I think, was a really easy breezy connection, and there was probably playfulness and there was a real emotional connection. But with the Ten of Wands at the end here makes me think that this person wasn't as ease as they normally are, and that's how you know with the Death in Uranus, it's been like a spark. That's when you know that they fancy you. It makes me feel that you've walked away from this situation with the Ace of Cups and the Sun here thinking, oh my God, they fancy me. I don't think your person probably thought, oh my God, I feel like I've given away too much. That's what I get from the feeling, because the Lovers was at the bottom of the pile. Makes me think of desire and attraction that's underneath the surface. And these cards here make me think of somebody who is very easygoing, very good at connecting, very sociable, who has tried to do that with you and then realised actually that, I don't know if it's then or before, that they're really attracted to you and then felt slightly awkward. So you've moved away from this conversation or this get together thinking, oh my God, they like me. And it's made you feel really good, but they almost feel like, oh my God, did I make a fool of myself? That type of feeling. Sorry, it's getting there. Sometimes it just feels like I pick at each card and can't pull it together, and then I just have to restart and talk fast. If I talk fast, I don't think, and it seems easier to me, and I don't know why. It's not very good if you're... I wouldn't make a good politician, would I? This is the mental part, and this is what I was saying up here. King of Wands is there mentally, Five of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. It's almost as if this person is very warm-hearted, very giving, has almost retracted into themselves. I don't know whether your connection is running at the moment, but there's a feeling that your person has low self-esteem, and I think it's got something to do with the way they've connected with you and they felt stupid. They felt a connection and felt uneasy and then actually become really self-conscious. The first house, they're worrying how they've presented themselves to you. This feels quite strong in here. They've worried how they've presented themselves to you because normally there's a connection. They connect with people easily, and they felt as if you've put them on their back foot. They feel like they've made a fool of themselves. I don't know what's happened. It makes me think of somebody who's actually tripped up or just talked a load of crap and thought, oh my God, I don't normally do that. Or talk fast. That type of thing. Right, your person, I think, is Five of Swords, mentally, Five of Swords is somebody who's actually suffering, I think. They feel that you have got one up. This man's looking really cheesy and this one's looking hurt. So I think you've come away from your first contact, or maybe not your first contact or the last contact, I don't know, of feeling that you know that they're attracted to you and they feel they've let too much slip. It's almost as if they feel like they've had the power taken away from them in some way. And the Three of Wands is the attraction hasn't stopped. I think they've pulled back. There's uncomfortableness with regards to that. They feel uncomfortable. You're both looking out and wondering what's going to happen next. You didn't want to hurt them. I think they did it to themselves. The Two of Swords is wondering what's going to happen next. Are they going to come forward? Are they going to go backwards? We've started the ball rolling. The contact's been there, but good heavens, what on earth was that? And how can we move forward now? It's emotionally, this has got to be you. There's a real strong need with the Fool and Uranus of wanting a new start and wanting it to move quick and wanting it to be exciting and wanting it to be different from anything any relationship you've ever been in before. You want to almost, you're trying to think how you can hone that down with the Page of Wands here to give it some sort of, it's not an earthy card, but some sort of grounding. So you know you've got to start small. I'm holding them up here and there's nobody up there. You know you've got to start small to actually get it moving, when actually it makes me think of somebody with ADHD. You know, and you've got a lot of energy inside you, but you know you've actually got to write a letter. And you're there like, oh, this is feel too intense. That's what you make me feel like with the Uranus and the Death. The Fool card here makes me go immediately to your part, and there feels like energy and excitement and movement that you want to do. And the Page of Wands is almost like, yeah, start small. Start small, because this person's going to be quite defensive with you. So that's something to do with your connection here. Your person feels, and I use this word before, bruised, and they've done it to themselves. They feel as if their ego has been bashed by actually feeling something for you and feeling unnerved by it. I don't think, regards to sexuality here, I don't think there's been any sexual contact between the pair of you as yet. The second pile made me think of somebody who, you have to watch that to see. No point in talking about it in yours. Sexuality here, Four of Pentacles is, he's holding quite a lot in front of him. He's like, yeah, don't touch me as yet. Hierophant is traditional, so it makes me think of time and waiting and doing what your mum would have told you to do. That type of feeling. The Ten of Swords is, no, it's not. I don't think there's been sexual contact yet. So this is like a new situation, a new love. It's like, hold on, not yet. I don't know. You're probably thinking, yeah, you should know what I've been up to. But that's what I'm feeling. That's all I can get from that. And I think, you know, you can see the cards. That's traditional. That's blockage. And that's no. So that's what I can get. Sexual contact, not yet. I would say feelings, obsession, attraction. Obsession may be strong there with this power, but attraction definitely. This makes me feel that there's some sort of impasse at the moment where the Justice card makes me think, especially with these block feelings here, next to the Ten of Wands, is they're trying to find balance in themselves. It's almost like, I'm not going to say like a healing power, because I don't get that feeling. It's somebody who feels that they're not ready. Your person feels that they're not ready in themselves to be able to contact you without making a complete fool of themselves. The Eight of Pentacles is like having to work on themselves. It's wanting balance, wanting everything to be equal, but it's heaviness and needing to work on themselves, I think. This, to me, is like a slightly social anxiety feeling from your person, but I don't think with these cards here, because they seem just with you. It's like an unnerved pile. You want to go full pelt for this relationship. You're ready for this change. You feel the attraction. You want to get moving. They're like, I'm a really nice person. I'm a really nice person. Oh, there's a nice looking person. Let me go and talk to them. Oh my God, I fancy them. I'm going to be sick. That type of feeling. And they've pulled away and they thought, oh, what I've got to make a complete fool of myself. And you're like, God, I really fancy you. And you're wondering why there hasn't been more movement. And I think you would have sensed, to be honest, the attraction and the fact that it may have been slightly awkward. This is all I can pick up with these cards from this. And the impression that they're left with now is, I just want to feel okay next time we speak, next time we get together. I don't want to talk too fast. I don't want to have to drink. I don't, that type of feeling. I don't want to trip up. I just want to be able to talk like I do to everybody else. With the Death and Uranus, it's almost like love at first sight here. In your eyes, probably theirs as well, but they're not that. You're probably a more I'm going to say passionate. I don't think that. It's not passionate I'm thinking of. You like life to be big. You just like life to be big, and you like shock. It's like somebody when they were a kid who likes roller coasters and horror films. Somebody who likes life to be exciting. This person seems a little bit more. I'm going to say sweet. I'm not saying you're not sweet. I'm just saying I recognise these parts in you that likes life to be exciting, likes life to be fun. This person here is somebody who probably was the head girl, head boy type of feel. Beautiful person, gets on with everybody and has felt awkward with you because of the attraction. And they're struggling with it. So that may be something to do with a new connection that's coming in, or your person at the moment. I don't know. It's quite specific. They've all been really specific this today. So I don't know whether they're going to reply or not. So, okay. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Pile number 3. And as I said with pile 2, be kind with this person, because I think they're struggling with themselves. It's almost as if the next time you get together, then you've got to be really sort of subdued and pull them out of themselves and sweet and, just let them feel as if they feel calm again. Okay, don't know whether that felt right. I hope bits of it did for you. Please let me know in the comments section if it did. And thank you very much for sharing your time and your day with me.